I'd now like to introduce our friend and colleague, Maria Vargas, back from the U.S. Department of Energy. Maria leads the National Better Buildings Challenge initiative, and she's here to talk to us today about an exciting joint initiative that we are going to be kicking off here soon. Welcome, Maria.
Well, thanks, Lauren, and thanks, Dave. I am sorry not to be able to join you in person in more ways than one. I was glad to be there in 2019, but I'm thrilled to join you virtually. I am very mindful that I stand between you and learning this year's winners, but I really think it's important to say thanks to you, to all of you, for the work that you do. And I also want to make sure that I am a reminder that the work you're doing is not only helping Los Angeles, but really the rest of the country. I just have a couple things to share with you. I thought I'd give you an update from the Department of Energy on our focus areas and how we're embarking on those. Talk a little bit about how the work you're doing fits in. And then, as Dave alluded to, talk a little bit about something we're very excited that LA is going to help lead the way on. So as many of you know, climate change is front and center in the work that we do. And understanding the urgency, the President's Clean Energy Plan has laid out a framework to address the climate crisis and really put America on an irreversible path to achieve a carbon-free electricity sector by 2035 and 100% clean energy economy with net zero emissions no later than 2050. A big ambitious goal, but we can do it. And at DOE and at the office where I work, the Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy, we're not only mindful of the imperative of climate change, but also the need to address these issues in a way that prioritizes diversity and inclusion, environmental justice, and equity as we work together to reach our collective energy, climate, and economic goals. We know we have a lot of work to do, and we know that we can't do it alone. Cities have long been the natural leaders, indeed the critical engines in the fight against climate change, and the places where we can provide the avenue for leveraging other sectors of the economy. More to the point, cities can really set and do set the tone for greenhouse gas reduction targets, and through their leadership by example, community-wide targets. That's why I'm so excited to be here today. All the work that you are doing matches just those ambitions through the LA Better Buildings Challenge. LA was one of the first partners in the Better Buildings Challenge in 2011, and you continue to lead the way. You are not only working within the city to try and figure out how to address your own buildings, but so importantly, working across the community. And that really, the work you're doing in Los Angeles continues to serve as a model for others. It's really important for you to know that we value the work you're doing in LA, not only in California, but across the country. And really this event today is a testament to how you've leveraged your commitment to demonstrate leadership by bringing together some of the most influential and relevant stakeholders for supporting progress that LA is making under the LABBC. And seeing the slides that Dave shared earlier was just a who's who of who we know are really part of the leadership cadre in this country. So thank you again for all the work you're doing. And just as a reminder, a really important part of what we try and do at DOE, working with partners like you, is to make sure that not only we're profiling what leaders are doing, but so importantly that you're sharing the work that you're doing with others. So not everyone has to start at square one when it comes to driving greater efficiency and increasingly a focus on decarbonization. Through Better Buildings nationally, we've saved tens of billions of dollars on energy bills and shared thousands of solutions. Many of LA's are part of the Better Buildings Solutions Center. And so if you haven't availed yourself of that, we really encourage you to do that. We're thrilled that LA continues to push forward and engage with new programs. And here's the exciting news that we are thrilled to make sure that you all know. And I think there are a number of folks that are going to be working with us on this. We are doing right now at DOE as part of Better Buildings a low carbon pilot. Because we're excited not only about where we've been, but where we really want to go and what we're going to do together next. Let me give you a little context for the pilot we're doing. As many of you know, and as many of you have, lots of organizations, about 70 or 80% of those that we work with in Better Buildings and the Better Buildings Challenge have set enterprise-wide, corporate-wide greenhouse gas, carbon, or renewable energy goals. But as we work with our partners and really tried to understand the path forward, when we ask how it was that they were going to get there and what that meant for individual buildings, lots of our partners said, I don't know. So we've decided to work with those that want to work with us and so 3 months ago, we launched a pilot effort to demonstrate different pathways for achieving operational carbon reductions that get to low and no carbon in both buildings, anything from multifamily hospitals, hotels to industrial plants. And we are excited to work with organizations who have stepped forward to work with us. We're asking partners to share 1 or 2 buildings, and sort of dovetailing on something Lauren said, we're really trying to use this pilot to show where aspiration meets the real world. We're really trying to be very focused and mindful about how to share what will be very different pathways for very different kinds of buildings and parts of the country. And so we are thrilled that once again, LA is an inaugural partner in this effort. And what sets you apart for anybody we're working with that's on this pilot is really the triple commitment that LA is bringing to the table. LA DWP, LA Unified School District, and the whole of LABBC are working together to advance the ambitious climate goals for you as the nation's 2nd largest city. So we're excited. You just saw about LA 100. We're thrilled that DWP is partnering with NREL on LA 100 to deliver actionable data needed to modernize the energy infrastructure and achieve 100% renewable energy by 2045. We are thrilled to continue to work with the LA Unified School District to lead the way in creating a clean and sustainable future for students with its commitment to 100% renewable energy and electricity by 2030. And LABBC, Dave, under your incredible leadership, it really is a model that local governments to look to for supporting and scaling outcomes across sectors. And we are going to be talking a lot more about this pilot at the Better Building Summit. I want to make sure that's on everyone's calendars. It's May 17th to the 20th. It's virtual, unfortunately. Hopefully next year we'll be in person. But really, I encourage you to hear not only more about the low carbon pilot and what partners are doing, but all sorts of different strategies and different barriers that organizations are working with us to face, innovate around. I really like what Bill said about innovation really being key to all of this, and share with you what they're doing. And it is, of course, free to attend, and we encourage all of you to come. Last year, Christos at USD and Lauren were standout speakers at last year's summit, and I expect the same level of speakers this year. I am excited to learn about this year's winners and to continue to work with all of you in the months ahead. These are very exciting times. Our challenge is huge, but our ambition is bigger, and I know together we can make this work. So on behalf of the Department of Energy, thank you, LA and LABBC, for all the work that you do, for helping to lead the way, continue to lead the way, and congratulations to this year's winners. Thanks, Dave.